Thank you to Lingoda for sponsoring this video, but more on them later. Good morning. Don't mind me, I just had to change my sweater because it is absolutely boiling in my apartment. The other 2 days, the radiator, the boiler, the whatever, wouldn't turn off for like 48 hours, and I don't have control over it, obviously. Old New York City building. That was super fun. Anyways, so today I have a plan. I've got some work to do. One of which I have already finished, even though it's almost 12 o'clock, but like that's fine. Being productive isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. and finishing like a billion tasks before lunch. It's about being able to achieve what you can handle. So I need to reestablish some of my learning habits, my research that I've been doing, that is basically my lifelong work that I foresee for myself. I've spoken about it before. It's, to do with culture and identity, being a Belizean and a Mopan Maya, and culture work, identity, indigeneity. Am I just repeating myself at this point? I started this work in college, and since then I've been doing research, and I redid-ish my thesis paper from college. After that whole thing, because I was trying to give myself a deadline to finish final edits of it and never touch it again, as much as I want to now when I reread it, but I can't touch it again. I need to move on. I need to write new papers if I want. But since I finished that, I haven't touched anything. I haven't done any new readings, no research, nothing. I was like, I'm gonna come back to New York, and I feel a lot more focused here in just, reading and writing and annotating and stuff like that for specifically research. But have I done it? No. So my plan today is to reestablish those habits, encourage my self-guided study because I'm out of college now and I want to continue this work, but of course without that structure it's a little bit more difficult. Reading the books that I've been collecting and, you know, making notes and stuff on those, that'll be helpful for my work in the future, my future projects, because I won a grant. I think I mentioned it, right? That I was applying for a grant in Belize to create this project that I have in mind to do with my granny. So I applied for this grant for funding to do that and I got it. Yay! So exciting. So I'm gonna go home to Belize to work on that soon. So this morning I was working on the budget for that I needed to redo, which is kind of annoying, but it's fine. So that's already done. Love that. My plan for today, I got this book. It's called 13 Chapters, A History of Belize. And I'm going to start reading that and annotating and taking notes on that. Like I said, note taking so that I can reference it later. For, you know, when you need sources and citations and things like that, I'm very bad at that. So that's why, you know, I'm trying to, you know, create these resources for myself. And I mentioned self-guided study, you know, with not having structure of college anymore, go out and seek learning for myself. So I've been thinking about this for a few months, but I figured that I should learn Spanish because Spanish is the second language of Belize. Belize's first language is English. A lot of people think that it's Spanish and it's not. Or people just walk up to me and start speaking Spanish, and I'm not Spanish or Latina, so I don't speak Spanish. Like I mentioned, I'm indigenous Mopan Maya, and a lot of the language that doesn't exist in Mopan just gets substituted with Spanish, so which I'm also learning Mopan from my family. And a lot of the resources that I would like to explore also exist in Spanish because a lot of Maya people exist outside of Belize, and in that region it's Latin America, so hence Spanish. So we should learn Spanish, and to do that I'm going to use our lovely sponsor of this video, which is Lingoda. Lingoda is an online language learning school. They teach various languages like English and business English, but they also teach Spanish and German. You can book their online classes with real life teachers, so you're able to have like a human connection one-on-one or in a class with other students. And since you're talking to a person, you're hearing their accents, which there are so many varied Spanish accents out there, and being able to speak things out loud to be corrected is so important in learning a language. I feel like, you know, you're going to be speaking to other humans with the language, so might as well learn that language from another human. And I have learned some Spanish in school, but honestly a lot of it has left my mind. But with Lingoda you can book different levels of where you are in that language. So I think what would work best for me is just starting again from the beginning, because like I said, I've forgotten a lot, and most of the time I'm super busy during the day. So it's perfect that Lingoda has classes 24/7, so it's super easy to fit into your everyday schedule. So I've mostly been taking classes at night, which is super important that you're able to learn the way that best works for you. So I feel like I'm most creative at night and I retain more, and with the sprints I feel like I'm way more motivated to keep going every single day rather than procrastinating. There's a sprint challenge, which is taking 30 lessons in 60 days and you get a 50% cash back or 30 credits when you successfully complete the challenge. Or there is a super sprint challenge where you take 60 lessons in 60 days and get a 50% cash back or 60 credits with completing the challenge. So if you want to take place in the Lingoda language sprint, you can use the discount code Katherine25, which gives you $25 off. And you can also of course use the link in the description of this video. Thank you so much Lingoda for sponsoring this video. So I'm going to book my class right now, and I'm going to start on that book that I mentioned before. So excited. I was like scouring Belize for this book and I finally found it. And then did I start it? No. I always do this. I buy books and just put them on my shelf. gonna head out right now because I need a little bit of a change of scenery, you know, maybe go to a cafe, maybe near a public library perhaps. We'll see. It's getting warmer by the minute and it feels like spring. And normally I don't like spring because spring means that summer is coming, but it's kind of a vibe. Ew, who am I? But you know, that just means that we're one step closer to fall. And this has felt like the shortest winter ever. But also I wasn't here for like 2 months, so. bye.